Hi friends, my name is Megan and welcome to my 33rd Flosstube episode. If you are new here, this is a channel that is mostly about cross stitch. When I do work on my other hobbies, I do share them here as well, but today I think it's just stitching. And if you are returning, thank you so much for coming to spend some time with me today. You all mean more to me than you know. Thank you. Today is Sunday, September the 11th, and it is a chilly-ish, rainy day here in Maryland. I think the high is like 75 or 76, which is enough for me to pull out a cardigan, which makes me very happy. I'm hoping to have kind of a cozy sewing day today, so I want to share all of this with you and then get to that. Not too much of a life update. Quentin started his senior year of high school, which is crazy to me, but great. And he's doing half days of school and he seems to like it so far. Aaron is good. He's upstairs with the dogs, so if it sounds like there's horses running above my head, it's just Miss Coraline going crazy. Yeah, I've been okay. It's been a trying time at work and with some home stuff too, but you know, we all get through. There are different seasons, so. But I don't really want to get into all of that today. I hope everybody has been well. I feel like I've got a lot of exciting things to share with you. I have some whips and some whips which are works in progress. I have some finishes. I have some save the stitches, which is not something that I normally have. And of course I've got what came in the mail or what I bought at the shop or however it may be. So I would like to go ahead and get started. For those of you that watched my Kit Parade video, which thank you very much for all of your kind comments on that. I wasn't sure if anybody would really be into it, and it seems like everybody that watched it enjoyed it, so thank you guys so much for doing that. But in that video I did share a kit that I had actually already stitched once, and I said maybe I would insert a picture of that, and I didn't do that, so I brought it over here to show you instead, and that is Fractor Bird by Shakespeare's Peddler. There's a kit that looked like this. It came with the, I don't think it came with any fabric, it was just the floss and the twine and the little like spool. So I showed that, I had that kitted up and ready to go again, and this is how I finished it the first time, into this cute little pillow. Oh, because it is kind of a dreary day here, I do have some extra lighting, so if the light's a little bit weird, it is what it is. So here was my finish of that. As you can see, I did it on the murky fabric. It's my old tablecloth. That tablecloth has gotten a lot of use. I stuffed it with rice. Okay, so there's that. A few other save the stitches things I'd like to share. I have a, I think I mentioned before, I have like a sewing bird save search on eBay. And this item came up and I just had to have it. It was this little, look at it. It's this needlepoint bird purse. Now, I don't carry a purse in my regular life, but when I go to my stitching days and stuff, I do need something to transport my stitching, and what is better than this bird purse? See, it's all fully lined. I love it. Another little stitch that I have is my aunt dropped off a bunch of like bags of stuff at my house the other day, and I was going through it, and in it I found a goose towel. OG goose. Love it. So I had to keep that out to show you guys. I thought that was great. And then kind of the big thing that I saved was I went to, we have a restore in the town over from here. It's like a consignment or thrift store, I guess, for the benefits Habitat for Humanity. And I went in there for something else, and I ended up getting two things that were really exciting. One was a beautiful set of china that I'm obsessed with, and the other thing was this. See, we've got the light over there. It was this big, beautiful cross stitch. This is Butternut Road. And I can't think of what it's called. I'll put it up here. But as you can see, it's framed. I don't know that that's professionally framed. There's no sticker on it or anything. But the stitching is gorgeous. And there was one thing I did notice about this, though, is that this little girl over here, I'm not sure if I can get in close. If you look at her finger right there, it kind of looks like she's flicking you off. Like, I looked up the pattern to get the name that I can't remember right now, and that finger is only 1 stitch high in the pattern, but it's 3 stitches high there. So maybe the person who stitched this was a little sassy, I don't know. Either way, I love this. It's gonna go up in my craft room. It kind of reminds me of me and my 2 sisters, and I love it. That was $4. All right, so I have been gone for what, like a little over a month, I think, maybe close to a month and a half, and I have been stitching a lot. I know, like most of you, when we kind of go through stressful times, we lean into our needlework, and I have definitely been doing that. So I've got some pretty exciting finishes, I think, to share with you. But first, let's go through what my monthly stitches. Remember, I'm doing 3, and I'm far behind on all of them now. The first is the monthly Quaker series by From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. It lives in this Maryland bag that I made. I've got June, July, and August, I think, in here, and September and October in my pile over there. So I was working on May Quaker, which looks like this, my last video, and I did complete May. This is all of them so far. These are a lot of fun to stitch. So this is the May. This one took me a while, and I'm not sure why this one took me, I feel like, longer than some of the other ones, but it's very pretty. This is a piece of, what, 22 count ivory or something? I just wrote 22 count. It's 22 count fabric. So they're nice and little, and I do plan on making them into flat folds when they are all done. Alright, next I have the monthly Moon series by Top Knot Stitcher Shop, and they live in this pretty little moon bag that I made. And I don't have any kind of cover picture for the ones that I worked on, so excuse me, I will put them in here. I believe since I filmed last, I finished 2 moons, I think, so here they all are. I believe I finished this strawberry moon. So that was June, and then July's buck moon. So normally when I do these, I'll do one of these, I'll do one of my little stitcher moons, and then I'll do a Quaker, but I enjoyed stitching this one so much that I had to go straight. I had to jump ahead and go ahead and stitch the buck moon as well. And I think the next one is the sturgeon moon. So we are definitely getting there. I love these. This is a piece of 32 count charcoal Lugana, I think, and I'm using the called for DMCs. For my my monthly Quakers, I am just pulling those colors from Stash. Each chart calls for 3 different colors, and so I'm just picking flosses that I like. Next up is the Little Stitcher 13 Mystery Moon Sow. This is my very sad, it just gets sadder and sadder. Little cover picture. I don't have, I don't know that there are like cover pictures for each month, so I won't be able to insert that, but I will be able to show you what I've done. It lives in this pretty bag that I made, and I am stitching these on 32 count Twilight Blue linen. I think it's a Mitchell. and I'm using the called for DMC except for the White of the Moon where I am using Sulky. So I'm pretty sure I had, what is that, May done last time, and I am working on June. So this will be the honeymoon, I think is what she calls it. So that's getting there. That one should not take too long to finish. Here are the first 3. And then of course, almost the next 3. So those did have to take a little bit of, I had to put them to the side a little bit. I was working really diligently on a finish, and so normally I work on those during my lunch break, but I was busy later. I had to get some stuff done. We were serious about our cross stitch here. All right, so these are kind of in order. I do work on multiple projects in a day, so I can't put them in like fully the order that they were worked on, but I did the best that I could. I believe I was definitely working on this the last time I made a video, and this is Not Forgotten Farms Garden House Pin Tuffet. There's a car alarm going off. I apologize if you can hear that. Actually, hang on. I'll wait till it's gone. Okay, I'm back. That was really annoying, sorry. Okay, anyways, I was working on Not Forgotten Farm Garden House Pin Tuffet. I bought this as a kit. The fabric was a 30 count ironstone linen from Not Forgotten Farm, and it came with all the DMC, and all the finishing materials are in there as well. And I finished this up. Isn't that cute? It's stitched up super fast. I was able to do it all in hand, and I really enjoyed it, and I was glad to have this cute little kit out of my kit pile. So, very cute. The next thing that I stitched, I went on a LNS field trip with my stitching group, and I will show you what I got a little bit later. But one thing I got was they had these little scraps of fabric, and they had this little 5x12 piece of 18 count fiddler's cloth for like $3. And so I grabbed that, and I wanted to stitch on it immediately, so I pulled out Wild Violet cross stitch, Fox and Crow. I love this. I used all of the called for colors because it's just perfect. And I'll just fold it over. There is my little finish. I was able to start and finish this in one day. So cute, cute, cute. I just saw on Instagram today somebody did it on like purple, and they made the fox orange, and it was really, really, really cute. I love that. All right, next I have a pretty big finish. When I pulled this out, I didn't actually intend to finish it, but I just started working on it and was enjoying it so much that I decided, you know what, we're doing this. And that is my Mirabilia Cathedral Woods Goddess. She looks like. So I stitched her on a piece of 28 count Monaco using all of the called for everything, the water lilies, the chronic, the beads, and the DMC, with the exception of her skin. As you can see, she is a very, very pale white lady, and I felt like she, that didn't match this design at all. So I wanted to darken her skin tone and hopefully make her look a little bit more like an indigenous woman, and here she is. Oh, she's beautiful. I love her. I'm obsessed with her. I have her like pinned up on my window upstairs so I can look at her. Unfortunately, her fabric is getting a little blown out. It's I dyed it myself, and it is a very pretty mottled pale purple. But here, let me bring her in a little bit so you can see her. Hopefully you can see her okay. I'd never done this kind of beading before, and I did use invisible thread, which I don't think I will use again. I should have listened to my friend, you know, when she was like, don't do that. And you're right, girl, I should not have. But it's done. I did get to use, I have a American Dream stand that I hardly ever use because I don't really have a good place to set it up, but I was able to use it and it worked great for the beading. Just look at her sparkle. She's so sparkly. So I love her. I can't believe I stitched a mirror. I was so insistent when I got back into stitching I would never stitch a pretty lady, and now I see why people do this. So she was great fun and I love her a lot. Excuse me. I can't really iron her because of all the invisible thread, so I'm trying to keep her as wrinkle free as possible. So to celebrate that big finish, when I finished her stitching but not her beading, I wanted to have a new start as a celebration, so I picked another giant project to start in her place. This one is definitely bigger than that one. And the project that I chose is Smoky Mountain Stitches and Woodall 1847. She looks like this. I picked up this pattern from Margot Howard's D-Stash. And then we saw the model when we were in New Jersey, and I had not been able to get this out of my head. And I knew that I needed to start it like immediately. That beautiful border, those beautiful flowers, that giant deer, the saying is pretty good. It says, "To lasting brightness be refined, when this vain shadow flies away, the eternal beauties of the mind will last when all things else decay." So you know that's right up my alley. And so there's a couple different floss options. There is DMC, Anchor, and Alvera Soie. I went with the DMC option, and then I had to change a lot of the colors because they did not look like this at all. I started stitching and I was like, wow, this is really not very good. So I did make several adjustments to the floss colors, which as you can see are still a wreck. I'm still working on, you guys know, sometimes this is just how I am. Look how cute this bag is. I'm stitching this on a piece of 28 count Perman linen in the color Smoke. And this is where it's at. So this piece is a giant, and I did it on 28 count, so it's going to be even more giant. But that's okay because I think this is absolutely gorgeous and I want it to be big. It's quite a lot of stitching. This is the first page. Is it 6 pages? I think it's only 6 pages, so the chart is kind of small. I did try to copy it and the copy didn't come out great, so I ended up having to highlight on the pattern, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So this is where she's at. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. Cannot wait to get back to her, but look. she's pretty, she's gonna be a big girl. That is a big white deer on there. And then the grass under the deer is all satin stitch. So. But I'm glad I took the time and changed those colors. Beautiful. I could see getting obsessed with that. All right, so I finished Cathedral Woods and I was looking through my list of whips from last year, and I had at the beginning of the year jotted down what they were and kind of some goals for each of them, and I've been like slowly working through them and meeting a lot of those goals, and after finishing her I felt really motivated to continue to work on some of my projects. So the next one that I pulled out was Not Forgotten Farms, the house that Jack built. Cute. Started this last year for Dark October stitching. I really like the way she finished it here on the back. I stitched this on a piece of 20 count raw Aida, and I picked colors from my stash for that. And here's my finish. Look at that. Look how cute that is. I thought that sometimes I love Not Forgotten Farm love, not forgotten farm. But sometimes her patterns are definitely deceiving with the amount of stitching that goes in them. And in my mind, this was going to take me forever. It did not. I sat down at one of our Panera Stitch groups, and I brought this because I knew I had the pumpkin house outlined and I could just start filling it in. And in just a little bit of time, I was able to get a big chunk of this done. And once I did that, I was like, okay, this is actually more doable than I think. So I did make one change. Well, I made a couple of changes. The cats I made to look like our cat. So there's Dingus, and then there's Bug Kitty, and then there's my old boy Herbie. And there was supposed to be an owl here, but I made that our little cat Mittens. So super cute. Really love that a lot. The next is another Wild Violet start and finish. When I pulled out the Fox and the Crow, I was like looking through the other patterns of hers that I had, and I saw this one, and I was thinking about this 18 count linen that I had, and I was like, you know what, I think I could use this pattern and stitch it big on that linen, and I have like a bag finish idea that I would like to do. So that pattern is All Seeing Crow. It looks like this. Let's see, on the, it's not very big. It's only 42 stitches wide by 65 high, and it calls for just black. I stitched mine, like I said, on the 18 count linen with 823, this pretty dark blue, and I stitched it all 6 strands over 2, because I wanted a nice thick look. So here it is. I added in some beads because I was yeah, I just done all that beading, and so I guess I still have beads on the brain. So I added in beads for like the rays coming out of the eye, and I added a little bit of Krynic to the eyeballs as well. And I have plans to turn this into a bag. So I also love this, and this I did not do this in one day, but it did not take long at all to stitch. So awesome. So now, timeline wise, we are getting into September, and a lot of people are doing Sampler September, and I am kind of doing Sampler September. I had thought that I would be doing more, but that's just not how it's worked out so far. But still, on September the 1st, I made a start on this Scarlet Letter piece called Sally Morse 1795. Looks like this. I had this all kitted up, and it's a cute little sampler. Finish size on the 30 count linen that came with it is 5 by 7. This kit also came with the 4 shades of silk flosses that were required: an olive, a rust, a white, and a black. Very kind of autumnal colors. Here they are. I should have plenty. And here's where I'm at. So this is stitching up very quickly, as you can see. I did most of that inner section yesterday. So it's coming along nicely. It's 1 strand over 2. I am getting down into the satin stitch area. So I don't know if you can see down here at the bottom. It's probably not focused, but all of like the little leaves on here are satin stitch. So I'm getting down to there. She does suggest to do everything else and then do this final border, because she said that it's best to leave small mistakes and not rip them out. Ripping stitches out weakens the linen and wastes floss. So, you know. I think she knows what she's talking about. Alright. So that, I can probably finish that up this week. And then I've got 2 more things to show you. So after I finished the house that Jack built, I wanted a new whip to focus on, and I pulled out one that had been a problem child of mine in the past, and I knew that if I didn't just do something with it, that I would not ever do anything with it, and it would sit there forever, and I didn't want that. So the next project that I pulled out was Salem Sisters 3. If you've been with me for a while, it's been a while since I've worked on this, maybe since last October. But the last time I worked on it, I had done a lot of the outline and I was working on the words, and I ran out of the floss of the word that I was using for the word color. Now I've already stitched Salem Sisters 2 and 1, and they all had the same flosses in them. So when I ran out of that floss and it was not something that I could get again, I really wasn't sure what to do, and I just like put this away. So I decided to look through all my flosses and find something that was close enough and just start working on it again, and I did, and I'm so glad that I did that. Here, I'll show you the flosses that I used. This I stitched on 18 count Ada that I coffee tea dyed. Some colors from my stash. This was the color I ended up using for my for the lettering. It's a color in cotton lava stone, which I think was close enough. Here we go. I just finished this not last night, the night before. So here it is. This is big. This was a lot of stitching. Here is the Tombstone Angel. Here. So when I pulled it out, I had quite a bit of the words done, and I had like this black border done all the way around. And was that it? That was about it. So I put in this Tombstone Angel, which I love how that turned out. I did consider backstitching this with some black, and I tried that in a couple of different ways, and I could not get it, I could never make it look how, I couldn't make it look how I wanted it to look, so I decided just, I have to be done. So that was a lot of stitching. I had definitely put some of the words in incorrectly, like spacing wise, so I had to do a little bit of frogging and restitch some of the words. I don't know what I was doing. And then this, holy moly, y'all, that was a lot of stitching. So I was really on the fence about filling this part in, but because the top was so light, I felt like it needed some balance, so I did end up stitching all of that white. It's several thousand stitches of white. But I'm happy with how this turned out, and now I'll show you all three. All right, so here's the first one, Salem Sisters 1. And it says, "Sisters of mine, we've done no crime." There's a cat on the table. "Yet here we go to hanging. These foul townfolk, they thought us cursed, and now we're up here swanging." So there's one. Here is 2. Salem Sisters 2. This says, "Sisters of mine, yon rope shall they twine round our necks till be gnarled in the squeezin'. Yet we have no fear, for our justice draws near. Where they're going, it won't be a freezin'." So there's 2. And then one more time. Here is 3. And this one says, "Sisters of mine, a tree be our shrine. Though these treacheries we've not committed, our brethren have judged us, their mercies begrudged us, but God holds our souls as acquitted." So I am so happy to be done with this series. I started the series back in 2018, so I'm very glad to be moving on from that. So to celebrate that big finish, I decided to treat myself to another little new start. This one is American Beauty by Sheepish Designs. It looks like this. I had the DMC option kitted with this, and I ended up just putting those back and pulling out some overdyes from my collection. This calls for Silken Colors and Alvera Soie. This is stitched on 32 count black fabric. I just have a very small start. Here, let me try to show you the colors. These are beautiful. I haven't decided which pink I'm going to use for the flowers yet. Oops. So we'll see when I get to those. And here's my little itty bitty start. This is small. It's like barely 6 by 6. So here's my little tiny start on that. Just the start of that center flower. This is a cute little needle minder from Abby at Top Knot I got at the New Jersey retreat. Cute. So this one I do have to work on upstairs because my light is much better up there. So I'll probably work on this in the evenings for a little bit. Alright, so that is everything I've worked on since I saw you last. Feels kind of like a lot. I'm really proud of my big finishes, and I kind of want to keep that momentum going, so I'm not sure what I'm going to pull out next. I guess we'll see. Alright, moving along, I've got a little bit of happy mail to share with you. When I did my 3-year giveaway, the lovely woman, Allison, who won, sent me a little thank you and this beautiful card, along with these cute little fabric buttons. Look how cute they are. I'm working on a sewing project. I've got a little bit of secret sewing and secret stitching I'm working on. And these might find their way onto that. And she also sent me along some blackbird fabric, which I love. I have a box where for several years now I've been collecting blackbird fabric, obviously before knowing that they were going to be re-releasing some for a quilt that I would like to make, and I've got a big chunk of this in a pretty mauve color, so I will definitely be able to incorporate this into that quilt. So it's super exciting. She said that she would like to do a little stitch along with me, and I need to contact her because I've got some good thoughts on that. Next up, I have words. I have words. I participated in Heather Link is my homeboy's Halloween swap. Wow, Megan. Halloween swap, and I sent mine off to my partner, and she received it, and I believe that she loved it and was very happy, which made me very happy. And I got mine from my partner. My partner, her name is Sarah, and she sent this cute card. So cute. Y'all, look how cute this is. Look how cute this is. I love this so much. This is Nevermore. No, it's called The Raven Scissor Fob by Barbara Anna. And she stitched it and made it into this beautiful flat fold. She said it was her first time making a flat fold, and it is gorgeous. This beautiful key. I'm a sucker for keys. I even have in my stack of things that came in the mail, I've got a couple of key things as well. I collect doorknobs and keys, like antique doorknobs. So beautiful, beautiful. And then, so in the swap, you made a you made your small piece, and then you sent along a treat. And she made for me. I don't know if I'm gonna get this to work out. These cute scissors. I love scissors, and I love scissor fobs, but this scissor fob says wide-eyed on it, and it's got a moon. Y'all, I love this so much. It felt so personal and just so nice, and I was just blown away. I love it. I love it. I love it. So she stitched that for me. But I had that chart in my stash, and so I thought that I would pass it along and give it away, since now I don't have to stitch it because somebody made it for me. So if you're interested in this Barbara Anna chart, you can see here's the scissor fob option, and then here is the larger option up here. Just use the word Raven in your comment, and you will be entered entered to win. Please don't say giveaway or anything of that nature. Please be 18 so that you can give me your address. This is obviously not affiliated with YouTube and this holds no monetary value. I will ship this anywhere. So, all right. Ugh, I'm just, love it. All right, so what else came in the mail? My monthly subscriptions came in the mail. This is Silks For You, July 2022. These gorgeous blues. Beautiful, beautiful. I did cancel my subscription for the silks. I'm rethinking some of the monthly things that I get and what I want to do going forward, and I thought that maybe it was time to let somebody else have a spot. These are gorgeous though. So I've got, I think, 2 months of everything else to show you, so I don't necessarily remember which. You guys don't care. I'm in the Lindy Stitches Bird Crush Club. Here is the American Goldfinch. There's the bird. Look at that. I can't wait to start these next year. Ugh, I love it. Love it. And then here is Lewis's Woodpecker. Oops. Like that. These are all so good. So, so good. So, there are those. My Fortnite Fabrics subscription came. This is, I get an 1/8 yard of 36 count from them. This is Love Bug. It's like blues and purples. Pretty. And then, oh, I'm in their Romantics, Hopeless Romantics, maybe? Club. I can't remember. And this is Mi Amor, which just looks white, but is really a little yellowy, peachy color. Very pretty. My Color and Cotton fabric of the months came. This is August, which is a 36 count in barley, which again is pretty washed out. It's just a beautiful, like, dark cream color. Very nice. And this is September's, which just got here this past week, I think. And this is Spectre. And it's like a beautiful light mottled blue, and I believe I already know what's going on with this. Speaking of Color and Cotton, I once again got an email saying that they had missed dyes, and I went over to their website and got some. Sorry for the clapping if that was loud. What am I doing here? I don't know. So she sells her missed dyes in 20-yard skeins. I got 2 of this beautiful blue. This brown. Ooh, like that a lot. Gorgeous greeny blue. It's kind of charcoaly color. And then 2 of these, which is like a, it's like a gray green to a purple, which seems like kind of a funny color, but I stitched a big, I guess it was a deer in this color, or very similar color to this one's, and I really liked how that turned out. I also got another piece of her 20 count olive vines. The last time I ordered from them, I got a piece of this, and I kicked myself then for not getting 2, and so now I have 2. So, I love that beautiful color. All right. Like I said earlier, I went on a Stitchy road trip with some of the ladies from the Threaded Wrens. We went up into Pennsylvania and went to 2 shops. We went to Stitches Unlimited, which is in Lancaster, and then we went to Hodgepodge, which is in Stroudsburg. I'd been to Stitches Unlimited before several years ago, but I'd never been to Hodgepodge, and I had a great time at both the stores and an amazing time with all of those ladies. So let's see here. Stitches Unlimited is what I have first. They had a little freebie from Queenstown Sampler. I got this piece of 18 count. This was over in with their 8 of scraps as well. This is 18 count fossil. And I think I have something to start on that. I got a piece of Lakeside linen in vintage Quicksilver. This is 36 count. Nice big piece of that, which is again blowing out, but is actually kind of a very light silvery kind of purple lavender, like a very light lavender color. I got 2 more of the Gentle Art wools that I need for Miss Ellen Ford's work by Mary Wynn Farm. I've been kitting this up. I think I am now to the point where I'm going to have to go online and order the rest because I would like to get her started. I'm excited to try wool as I have not done that yet. And then I have I picked up 2 more of the monthly Quakers from By the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. We got September, which is very pretty. And I really like what she did for October. These colors, it's like a deep red, an orange, and a blue. I think that is really pretty. Go Emerald, Fawn Leaves, and Bandana. Classic colors. Those are pretty. So that is what I got from Stitches Unlimited, and then we went over to Hodgepodge, and that store is crazy. You could dig through that store all day. It was super fun in there. And me and Heather, we did. So that was great. I got some fabric from there as well. I got this piece of straw, 30 count straw. I got a piece of Yellowstone, 36 count by Needle Bling. And I don't know about Needle Bling fabric, but it's a really beautiful, like kind of dark buttery yellow. And then I got a piece of 36 count American Chestnut by R&R. Pretty neutral. I picked up some DMC 115, which is one of my favorite variegated reds. I got a new chart, I think this was a new chart, yes, by my friend Ethel. She has Stitches by Ethel, and this is 3 Jacks and Cat. This is adorable, and it's pretty small, 86 by 60. And she is so sweet. She's also in my stitching group, and last month we sat at the same table, and she is just like adorable. Love her and her designs. And then I picked this up, and this is like a little baby cutesy for me, but it's tiny, and I thought this might be fun to stitch and share. This is by Homespun Elegance, and it's Wicked Tired, because I feel that tired. In the back of the store, they have bins, and like I said, my friend Heather and I, we dug through those bins, and they've got like 50% off charts, and there's like all these old charts, and it's just fun to like dig around that kind of stuff. So I did pick up some of her sale charts. I got another Homespun Elegance, and this is Among the Berries. I really like several of those, especially this bird. Again, from the Heart Needle Art by Wendy, I got the Antique Rose Sampler, which I think is just really soft and pretty and small, 56 by 84. It's a little. You guys know I'm not a Christmas person, but I don't hate winter, I guess. I don't know. I just needed this. This is Warm Woolly Mitten Stuffers by Needle Love, designed by Renee Naiman, I guess. And it's these little mittens. I guess I needed it because it was freaking cute. Look at that cardinal. Look at that squirrel. Adorable. She's got them shown a couple different ways, like on perforated paper or as like little stuffers, but these freaking adorable. I got Catherine Kohler 1794 by Carriage House. Maybe I could put some of these blues with that. I got Charted Decorative Initials, a complete alphabet embellished with birds and flowers by Missy Moeller. Look at those. Those are really, really pretty. gorgeous. And then I was super excited to find this. This is Gerda Bengtsson, sorry, Danish Floral Charted Designs. And so these are all gorgeous. I love these. If you remember, I've got one of her other books, Herbs and Medicinal Plants in Cross Stitch. And I want to stitch literally everything in this and just about everything in this as well. I was talking again to the ladies in my stitching group. This calls for Danish flower thread. And so I need to work on hunting some of this down. I know one of the ladies, the Sweet Suzanne, said she might have some in her collection that I could try. But if anybody has a good source for this, I would love to hear it. So, excuse me. That was everything from our stitching outing. I would love to go back to Hodgepodge again. Hopefully we're gonna plan something maybe in the spring or the fall to take a trip up to New York to visit an LNS up there, and we've got a lot of fun and exciting things happening in that group, and I'm really enjoying that a lot. So, all right, what else came in the mail? I placed an order with Top Knot Stitcher Shop, Abby, and I got two things from her. I got this beautiful Moon Needle Minder. Oh my gosh. Like, not only is she so sweet, her shop is amazing. That's a little floss tag. And I got this embroidery kit, this Autumn Birds by Jessica Long. I love it. Sandra's Stitch Stash, which is a site that I order from pretty often. They usually have really good prices on fabrics. It's just like generic fabrics, but nice prices, and they've got that. They're like an online sale bin to like dig through and find interesting stuff. But they had a Mill Hill sale, and I think I was having a very stressful day at work that day, and I just kind of like took a little break and did a little shopping. So I got some Mill Hill kits from her. This is Pinecone. Come Stitch. This is Come Stitch for a Spell. Red Cat Mushrooms. This is a spider, in case any that is upsetting for anybody. This is Webster. And then I got two of the keys. This is Spring Key and Autumn Key. This is oh, I guess there's a Winter Key. This one. So then, I've talked about her before. Her name is Melanie, and she makes bags and sells them on Stash Unloading, Cross Stitch Only. And every time she posts an album, I always look through it, and almost every time I find a bag that I like. And one day she had posted an album, and down at the bottom she had this little, like more of like a envelope, I don't know, matte thing. So it's got this beautiful fabric on the front. And then this is what the inside looks like. How pretty and autumnal and beautiful and perfect is that? I love that. I love that. I hope she posts more of them. I know I could make this, but I don't know. I just, something about her bags I just love. And she always, not always, but almost always includes a little extra. So like, this one came with floss tags. Here's her card. I think she had an Etsy shop. I'm not sure. I think this is the name of her Etsy shop. I'm not positive she's still on there, but her name is Melanie, and she does post on Stash Unloading. I was surprised when I went through my my Flosstube bin that I keep, that I bought a couple more bags. Not surprised, but I got this cute doggy one. And they come with a zipper pull as well. And in this one, she included this little like Halloween snap bag. How cute is that? that is really cute. I got a cat bag. And this one came with floss drops. And then I don't think this one came with anything, but I can't remember for sure. This is Halloween dogs. Come on. Cute. Also from Stash Unloading, just the other day I picked this up. It's just a little piece of gray 40 count linen. And I already have a project in mind for this. I needed a little piece of gray, and this is perfect. In my last regular update, I was informed about about this designer that I was unaware of prior to that, the Wishing Thorn, and which is Bridget Tomlin. I'm not sure I'm saying that name correctly, but this is Flower Moth 2, and that picture is not great because I think my printer is running out of ink, but it's big and beautiful, and I really like that a lot. She's got some other reproductions and whatnot that I would like to take a closer look at. I don't have a cover picture of this. I am a patron of Christian Witch, Rachel Simic, and she put out a morning sampler, a customizable morning sampler, and if I can, I'll put a picture in right here. From Uncanny Kari ND, I got Sailor's Delight, Who Could Resist? Look at that, cute. I like that a lot. And then from Aya Rosen, I picked up her Sorrow and Joy, a pattern for celebrating life chart, which is beautiful. I had to take Quentin to Barnes & Noble. We spent like a whole day out together. We had like a mom-son day, which was awesome. And we went to Barnes & Noble, and I picked up, what is this one? Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. This is the summer 2022 issue, and there were two things, well, there were several things in here that I really, really liked, but two that stood out to me particularly were Maria's book by Shakespeare's Peddler. I loved that. And then also this pretty simple design from Liz Matthews. Hello from Liz Matthews, Homespun Hearts. I just think that's adorable. I don't know. That's just really, really cute to me. So I'd like to stitch both of those. This next thing I did not bring all of it down. There was somebody on my Facebook Marketplace that was moving, and they were getting rid of like a lot of cross stitch stuff. But they had a lot of embroidery hoops, but like oval ones that they were, like wooden oval ones that they were getting rid of, and I wanted those, so I went and picked those up. And then they also threw in some floss boxes. There's like random flosses and like a little started plastic canvas piece and a couple little things in there. But the one thing I did bring to show you was this, and this is, it says on the top, Color Your World by Craftways, or Color Your World Beautiful by Craftways. And when you open it up, I'm gonna be careful, there's all of these bobbins and this list at the top, and this is all of the DMC colors, and this is a bobbin for each one. There's bobbin in here, and each of the bobbins has just a little tiny bit of the floss on there so that you can see the floss color. Now I've got the color card with the actual floss in it, and that's great, but when I was trying to pick colors for Ann Woodall, I pulled this out, and this was awesome. This was like perfect, because instead of like looking at the little, you know, rectangle on the floss card, I could actually pull out the bobbins and go from there, and this is already, just in helping with that, was invaluable. So I'm super happy to have that. This I think came from Facebook Marketplace. This is a French sampler magazine. I had never heard of it before. I'm not sure when it's from, but it has all of these. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even show you guys. This is the magazine, and it contains all of these samplers, and they are awesome. This is super cool. There's some really, even if I didn't want to stitch all of them, which I don't, but there's just some fun elements and good colors and things that you could pull. Like this bird with all this fruit, So I got this magazine. I picked up this Stacy Nash Primitives Amelia Pool sewing basket. I guess I'd never noticed this before, but I saw somebody post their finish of it somewhere. This is what it looks like. And I didn't know there's little dogs on it. Oh, there's dogs. Oh, I love it. So I grabbed that. From the Good Housewife, I got Reuben Rooster. It's a little small, 25 by 37. That's tiny. That's nice. I got this Blackbird Design Wild Rose journal cover. And also this is a freebie of theirs. This is First Offering. From Queenstown Sampler, I got Mary Horner 1772, a Queen Anne's County, Maryland reproduction to add to my collection of Maryland samplers. Which, speaking of Maryland, please make sure you're registered to vote. We've got a big election coming up here in November, so. And also this Queenstown Blue Crab. If you remember, I got her Maryland flag crab, but I had to get the blue crab too. I picked up this kit, which is in the plastic because the way it is, I didn't want to open it. This is Waxing Moon Designs Moon Topiary. Andrea's Cautionary Tale. Are you stitching this one? Are you stitching one like it, I think? Here's the kit. And then lastly, I got this little stocking pattern, again by Homespun Elegance. I guess I'm just feeling that. I like this because it's wintry and not Christmassy, and it has birds on it, and I like birds. So there's that. Alright, I think that is everything. I know that I am looking forward to working on some more samplers this month. And I did have some sampler goals that I will not reach this year, but that's okay. There's always next year, right? What else? I have started thinking about my dark October stitching plans. You know that's my favorite stitching time of the year. I went through my Blackened Sky kit and I did all of the colors for the next blocks because I'd really like to get 2 more of them done. I don't know if I can do that in October, but I'd like to at least get them started and just, you know, going through my stuff, and, you know, I want to stitch it all. Don't we all, right? All right, I think I'm gonna end this here. I hope everybody is well and is doing the best that they can, and that's it. All right, love you all. Bye.